Hi guys. So yes, I cannot wait to get home, but that doesn't mean that I don't know what's best for my son. Me, in my physical flesh, can want things just like I want to eat ice cream, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but you know that's not healthy for you. You know that's not the best decision, so you make other choices, right? So you make other choices and you do what's best for the situation. If you've not been here before, hi, I am Mama Bear to Many. I am looking at my little baby Boo who just had surgery yesterday. And he is doing absolutely wonderful. This is just kind of an update on him. I got some really rude comments on my last update video. Wow. Everyone came out of the woodwork, apparently. Yes, I chose to let my son live. I know, shocking. I think some may prefer that I didn't choose life, but that was my choice. And if that's you and you don't think that I should have chose life for my precious baby boy, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He is compatible with life for however long he lives. He's compatible. He's compatible with life. He's compatible with love. He's compatible with compassion. And he's so worth it. Do I have hard days? Absolutely. Everyone has hard days, no matter what you do. Am I sharing my hard days in my raw, real life? Yes. My trials? Yes. My thoughts and feelings? Yes. And I'm doing that for a purpose. I'm doing that because I have other moms that might be going through the same situation as I am, that might be making choices. And I want them to understand that it's okay. I talk to other moms and, it's okay. It's okay to feel the way that you feel that day. You are not perfect. You need to give yourself grace. You need to try to be pleasant and kind to others in those times where you're not feeling your best. I am so eternally grateful for the people who were writing really kind, sweet comments. Even in lieu of all the things that were being said the other day. I was actually reading the comments while I was waiting for Azariah and his surgery. And so some of it was really just kind of hard to read. At the same time, I wanted to just thank all the people that were here, that were uplifting me, that were praying for him, and that just really touched my heart. Yeah, touched my heart. And, it just was like a balm to my soul. So, this is an update video. He is doing really well. His surgery went really well. They said that his breathing and his lungs looked really good. Because they have to intubate in order to do surgery. He came off and back to where he was perfectly fine. They don't think that he's a critical airway anymore, which is really exciting. To answer your question too, lots of people seem to think that he's in pain all the time. He's not in pain all the time. If you look at how things work, it's kind of funny. Mama Bear and I have like a bear behind me. Daddy Bear is going fishing. That he's in pain all the time, and he's not. He's not. He's had lots of surgeries. So what happens is a child goes into surgery, or anyone goes into surgery, then you need pain medication during that surgery. Would you want to have a surgery without pain medicine? Yeah, I don't know about that. Have you ever had your tooth pulled without pain medicine? Let alone open heart surgery or brain surgery. Yeah, so pain medication, you have pain medication for whatever, but some people have a harder time coming off of pain medication, and that would be him. He has a harder time coming off pain medicine, so he has just like weaned down to a certain percent, but some of his, one of the pain medications, this is what was being discussed, is actually also used for other purposes, not just pain. So one of the pain medications that he was having is actually a blood pressure medication. So it really affects his blood pressure when he tries to wean that. So can we wean that? Yes, potentially we can, but we need to find the happy place of how much can be weaned and how much he might need for his blood pressure. And it's going to need to be really slow. So the question is, can we do this safely from home? Can we wean this medication safely from home? So I think that most of the team, that's why I wanted to have a big team meeting, most of the team believes that yes, this is something that we can safely wean from home. Actually, I think almost all of them, yeah. Everyone at the meeting was in agreement. The question was not like if they were in agreement that this could be done. The question was more who was going to be tracking the medication itself. There's struggles in any hospital. There's struggles with your feelings and your emotions. You have up days, you have down days, and that doesn't mean if I struggle with one of my children one day, it doesn't mean that I don't love that child any less. It means that maybe I need to work through like some issues of my own. Maybe it means that like I need to work with the child with something. So because you're feeling a certain way doesn't mean that you're right or you're wrong. It's just your feelings. It's just your thoughts. So if anyone is going through like any type of struggle, just give it to the Lord. And sometimes we need somebody to encourage us to take a step back. And I appreciate the scripture that was in the post. I appreciate the prayers that were in the post because that's what I needed. I'm here alone in a hospital. I wanted to update you guys, but it was raw. Yeah, it was raw. It was as it was happening because I wanted people to be able to, if they wanted to pray for Azariah. And so I had to make the video then because he was going in for surgery the next day. So it was, some information wasn't known yet, some was. It was more, these are some things that I'm struggling with mentally. And I appreciate it. You guys a lot of people just prayed and lifted me up really in scripture. And I just feel so blessed with that because I was hearing and seeing the scriptures. There's like a back end of YouTube, so I don't necessarily see them in the same order that they come out on a video. It's like a back end, it's called like YouTube Studio, so it gives like your comments, but it could be like for a bunch of different posts like in a row. So sometimes it's challenging. I mean, like I know where they are, but so it's not exactly like in that row. So the scriptures and the words of encouragement that you were saying were coming to me like right at the perfect time. And so the Lord works that way. So he is doing good. He is doing amazingly good. He came out of surgery, and they're still working on him, and the surgeon came out and talked to me when they're finishing up and they're excavating him and stuff. Then the surgeon usually talks to you, and he was talking to me and he said he did so good. And so I'm amazed. It's like I was telling him before he was going into the OR, and I was like, remember Azariah? There was another Azariah long ago, and that Azariah was thrown into a fiery furnace, and God was with him, and God's going to be with you today. And I truly believe that. No matter the outcome, I knew God was going to be with him. So he did really well. Afterwards, I expressed my concerns with everyone ahead of time, and that's kind of why I was expressing it to you guys. So then I expressed it to everyone else, my concerns about maybe pain management after and stuff. And yeah, it just worked out very lovely. Everyone listened, everyone talked to each other. They worked it out perfectly, and I'm so very thankful. Had I not said anything, had I not expressed that, then he might have got lost in the middle, right? Sometimes that happens. It's part of life. Part of life, guys, in any type of career, any type of situation. So everyone just gathered around and they made what happened needed to happen. And so then he was in post-op and he was so cute. He was wide awake just looking up at me. I'll share a photo or whatever. He was so cute. Then he was like lifting his little arm up. He looked like he was waving. He was doing these little smiles. He was just comfortable. And for that, the past couple surgeries, he has not been comfortable. And that was really challenging. And it was really challenging to try to find like medication that would make him so he was more comfortable. And he was just so comfortable and so peaceful. And I just feel so blessed by that. I had to share what I'm watching. That's why I keep getting distracted. Look at that cute face, Azariah. Are you and your little mama boo? Watching the toys? So I know many of you have probably noticed that he tends to tip his head exactly the way it is now and then up, which I'm actually glad the way the surgery is, because I was like, it would be stinky if the surgery was on the opposite side, so he'd turn his neck the opposite way that he doesn't like going. Anyway, that's how he normally likes his head. So we do like stuffed pillows and stuff around him. We do kind of force him to be in different positions, but there's a lot of reasons that he has his head that way. Huh, buddy. And also when I'm holding him, he's in all different types of positions, bopping his head around. So today we went and got a vent check to see if it was draining properly. So he got a shunt, and so they were checking to see that the drain was draining properly. And then they also got x-rays to make sure that, so it is on his head, and then it runs a tube like into the, I'm gonna say it wrong, it's not the stomach, it's like the cavity around the stomach. Perineal, no. Okay, one of you nurses on here, please help me. It begins with a P and it's a cavity. Yes, you're gonna get it right, or I could Google it, but I'm on my phone. So it's in that spot that's like on the other side of like your stomach, just that like open space. So he had to make sure everything was placed good, and everything looks wonderful. So I am very pleased with that. And he has been having Tylenol every 4 hours, and that's all. In surgery, yeah, I think that they just like numbed areas a little bit better to give him a little bit afterwards. Just changed some of the stuff like while in surgery so that he came out more comfortable. They did say that it was okay for him to have other medications if needed, but he's really been really comfortable, and it's just been amazing, and I just feel so blessed by that. Last night he slept really good. He was just comfortable, and that just means so much to me. You trying to share? I'm talking about you and I'm not letting you share? Yeah? What do you want to say? How was your surgery? Was it good? So he is a little bit more than half feeds. So he was on half feeds this morning, and they're just putting it up really slowly to make sure that his stomach will be able to handle it. So and then they were checking like where that was all going in his stomach. So he has like a incision in his stomach and then 2 in his head. So if you see him, you will be able to see the shunt and the tubing in his head until he grows a whole bunch of hair. And we're just praying that he doesn't get any infections. That's a big thing right now. And I'm not quite sure what is from here. It's actually Friday, and I think that things will need to get discussed and then kind of make a plan maybe on Monday for what we're doing. I know we're just kind of discussing when the best timing for the sleep study is. Yeah, so we'll see from here what's going to be the best plan. I'm not quite sure. I actually am excited. I got a shelf. I'm really like studying into how like I want to be doing some homeschooling things next. And for me, that's like exciting. I love sharing new concepts and ideas with my children. So you'll notice I'll have quite a few, or I'm having quite a few homeschool type videos coming out, because I just feel really passionate about that right now, because I'm able to excuse me, I should just get some water. I have a nice view. Yeah. So I am just feeling passionate about that. So we have been, I've been looking at different things and what I want to share with my kids. And so I've been purchasing a couple things, different supplies. So I bought a shelf to put some of these things on at the new house, and it arrived today. So I was super excited. Although I wasn't home to actually measure the space, I was thinking the shelf could go in, and the shelf couldn't fit there. But we had room in the living room, so we put it in the living room. And I'm gonna put, normally we had like those 3 silver cabinets, and I would put like games and art supplies and books and everything, like all in those sections. And I realized I need a little more space in this house in order to put some of those supplies as well. I took less, but at the same time we are inside a lot more. Like usually we like live outside. So I think that's really important to display things, because I did put some things like under the couches with like the games and stuff, put them under the couch, and then put them in like zip things and then put them under the couch. But I'd like for them to be on display, so if the children want to play them, then they're able to, rather than not knowing what there is. Like just visually for a young child to be like, oh, I would like that, versus, oh, I remember at some point we had this. So that is it. As far as housing, you guys are asking me about housing. I don't, it's kind of crazy. I don't really know. So last weekend I ended up getting a hotel. And then there is like some discounting. That was discounted hotels, but then there's actually like patient housing, which is like more discounted hotels. Like it's a deeper discount hotel. But you also have to pay for parking. So I brought a vehicle here, and so I get free parking for the vehicle I have here. And I had that since when I got sick, because I was thinking that maybe I could go and meet my kids and stuff, and it hasn't worked out that way because everything that just kind of whirlwind. So when my husband comes, we need to pay for parking, which is $50 a day. So if he comes Sunday, Monday, we're looking at, or like Sunday into Monday, we're looking at $100 plus the cost of a hotel for one of us, which is usually me. And he will, or it was last weekend. And I think that we're gonna try to do it this weekend as well, because the surgery and stuff. He just wants to come and see the baby. And so I'll probably go someplace and sleep. Somebody was asking too, like, why I don't go back to Maine. I really think that's a very good possibility for me to like go home, sleep for the night, spend some time with the kids, and then come back. I really do. It's not going to be this weekend. I'm hoping if we're not home, then I will go that following weekend, head back to Maine. Honestly, last weekend I was so tired I wouldn't have trusted myself to drive. That's how tired I was. I hadn't slept for weeks. Now I've gotten some sleep, so I feel like I would be a lot more, I would be a lot better to drive. But yeah, so that's kind of how things are. Goals, plans, we'll see. I want to see what their plan is for next, for next week for him. And then kind of make my plan around that to see what they're doing or what we're gonna do. Another thing is I think that we talked about one of the reasons that I had the van before any of this happened was that my kids would come down like one day during the week, and maybe they would just drive someplace, like maybe the zoo, and then I would drive to the zoo as well during the day, so we could all just have fun at the zoo, and then I'd come back here, something like that. We'll see what works the best for everyone. And yeah, well, I think that's the update. It's not really an update, is it? Except for surgery went really well and that he's feeling good. I mean, that's a great update. He's really stable. He's having fun in his little mamaroo, and he would have been getting out of surgery this time yesterday. You're such a big boy. Yeah. He's at half feeds, going higher. Just need to get him to full feeds. Probably by Monday, he'll be back up to full feeds. We have to go slow with him just because he tends to have a sensitive stomach. So I've just been, that's another question that's been asked, was what are we doing for feeding? So I am mixing 25% formula with 75% breast milk. And he is doing great with that. He did good. We trialed at first just the goat's milk formula, and he did okay with that, like just having the formula. He wasn't throwing that up. So I wanted to have it on like a consistent how I would do it at the house. And if I had it at the house, I would be mixing it with my breast milk just to make up enough so that I would have enough to have him have it. I wouldn't just have like all my breast milk and then all goat's milk. I probably would just try to plan ahead so he would have both at the same time. So he would have like the goodness from my breast milk all throughout the day. So yeah, that's how we're doing it right now. Well, I hope y'all have my room is gorgeous. Did I say that? My room is gorgeous. Came in here last night after the thing, and my husband was still with me because he came up. We were in like post-op first, and they thought he was going to need to go in an ICU, and then they're like, he's good, he doesn't need to go in ICU. So I don't know how long I'm gonna have this room, but the room is gorgeous. I love it. And if you saw my other room, everything was like stacked in my shower for storage, and the shower was clean. I was like, I'm gonna jump in the shower. Things that please you. The shower is hot too. Yeah, A+ on the shower. Anyway, the nurse was really nice too last night. She like set her timer, and she was like coming in right when the feeds needed to get dumped, and I was like, oh, thank you. Yeah, I had mixed it up before bed. I mixed up like the formula and stuff, and she's like, okay, I'll set whatever, and then I'll just come in and I'll dump it in the bag. And I was like, oh, thanks. So thankful for that. That was nice. What do you think? Yeah. He's like talking, it's cute. All right, y'all have a blessed and wonderful night.